What if I told you that even a simple memory, like eating ice cream, seeing the rain, or making a mistake, can turn into a powerful story? Today, we'll show you how to turn your everyday moments into English stories that people will love to hear. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Space. Let me ask you something. Do you believe that everyone has a story worth telling? Think about it. Maybe you have a story about your childhood, or about your first day at school, or even about something funny that happened yesterday. The truth is, stories are everywhere, and storytelling is one of the most powerful ways to connect with people.
That's a great question, Anna. I think many of our listeners have stories, but sometimes they feel shy or they don't know the right English words to use. Today, we are going to help you tell stories in simple English. Storytelling is not only fun, it's also a great way to practice speaking.
Exactly. When we tell a story, we practice vocabulary, grammar, and intonation. And more importantly, we practice sharing feelings. A story is not just about facts, it's about how we felt, what we saw, and what we learned.
So, in this episode, we will guide you step by step. We will talk about how to start a story, how to describe characters and places, how to use time words like first, then, after that, and finally. We will also give you 4 example conversations. In these conversations, you will hear how people use stories in real life.
Let's begin with something simple. When you start a story, it's helpful to use time expressions. For example, you can say, one day, or last week, or when I was a child. These signals help the listener know that a story is beginning.
Right. And after you start, you can describe the place. You don't need complicated words. Simple adjectives are enough. For example, it was a small house, or the park was big and green. Descriptions make the story alive.
Let's try a little practice. Imagine I want to tell a story about my weekend. I could say, last weekend I went to the park. It was sunny and warm. I sat under a big tree and read a book. Then I saw a dog running around. The dog was very funny. See how easy that is?
Very nice. And notice that Anna used last weekend, then, and descriptions like sunny, warm, funny. These small details make the story interesting.
Yes. Now, let's go to our first example conversation. Remember, each conversation is between two people. They are practicing storytelling in simple English.
Hey, John, did I tell you about my trip last summer?
No, what happened?
I went to the beach with my family. The weather was perfect, sunny and not too hot.
That sounds nice. What did you do there?
First, we swam in the sea. The water was cool and blue. Then, we played volleyball on the sand. After that, we ate ice cream.
Yummy. Which flavor did you choose?
I had chocolate, my brother had vanilla, and my sister had strawberry.
Did anything funny happen?
Yes, a seagull tried to steal my sandwich. I shouted and the bird flew away. Everyone laughed.
That's a great story. You explained it very clearly.
Thanks. I'm trying to practice my English by telling stories like this.
Great! That was a fun story. Did you notice the structure? Sarah started with last summer, then used first, then, and after that. These are storytelling markers.
Exactly. And she also used adjectives: sunny, cool, blue. Simple but effective. You don't need difficult words. Clear and easy language works best.
Now let's talk about how to make characters interesting. A character can be a person, an animal, or even an object. You can describe their appearance, their feelings, or their actions. For example, my brother is tall and funny. He always makes jokes. That gives life to your story.
Yes, and emotions are very important. If you say, I was happy, I was scared, or I was excited, the listener feels your story more deeply.
Let's practice again with another example conversation.
Hi, David. Do you remember the school trip last month?
Of course. It was so exciting.
My favorite part was visiting the museum. The building was old but beautiful.
Yes. And inside, we saw so many paintings. I like the big one with the red flowers.
Oh, yes, that one was amazing. I also enjoyed the dinosaur skeleton. It was huge.
After the museum, we went to the zoo, right?
Yes, I saw the lions sleeping in the sun. They looked peaceful.
And the monkeys were jumping everywhere. They made us laugh.
At the end of the day, I was very tired, but very happy.
Me too. It was a day full of stories to remember.
I'm glad we went together. It's nice to tell the story now.
That conversation showed how to mix descriptions of places, objects, and feelings. Emma said, old but beautiful, huge, peaceful, tired but happy. Those small words give color to a story.
Right, and David asked questions like, of course, it was so exciting, and after the museum, we went to the zoo, right? Asking questions helps the conversation continue.
Another important tool in storytelling is sequencing. Words like first, next, after that, finally are your friends. They help your listener follow the order of events.
Let's give another conversation to see how people use storytelling naturally.
Hey, Alex. I had a strange dream last night.
Really? Tell me about it.
Well, first, I was in a big forest. The trees were tall and green. Then, suddenly, I saw a talking rabbit.
A talking rabbit? That's funny. What did it say?
It said, "Follow me." So I followed. After that, we came to a small house made of candy.
Wow, like in a fairy tale. What happened then?
I tried to eat the candy, but the house disappeared. Finally, I woke up.
That's a great dream story. You used first, then, after that, finally. Perfect storytelling words.
Thanks. I want to practice more dreams in English.
Good idea. Dreams are fun to tell, and they make good practice.
That's a creative one. Even a dream can become a story to practice English. You don't need it to be real. Imagination is also useful.
Yes, absolutely. Storytelling is not only about real events. You can also tell jokes, make up fairy tales, or share your dreams. The important thing is to practice forming sentences, using time words, and expressing feelings.
Shall we give one more example conversation? This will be our fourth, and it will complete our set of practice dialogues.
Perfect. Let's listen. Hey, Mark, do you want to hear a funny story from my childhood?
Sure, tell me.
When I was 6 years old, I tried to bake a cake for my mom's birthday.
That's sweet. How did it go?
Well, first I mixed flour, sugar, and eggs. Then I put in too much salt by mistake.
Oh no.
After that, I baked it in the oven. The cake looked nice, but when we tasted it, it was terrible.
What did your mom say?
She laughed and said, "Thank you, it's the best salty cake ever." Finally, we ordered a real cake from the shop.
That's so funny. And you told it very well.
Thanks. Now it's a memory I can laugh about.
Yes, and notice again the structure. First, then, after that, finally. The steps are clear. The emotions are there. And the ending has a little twist that makes it funny.
Exactly. Storytelling is like painting a picture with words. You don't need many colors, just a few strong ones. Simple adjectives, time markers, and clear sentences make your story shine.
Let's keep practicing. Imagine you want to tell a story tomorrow. Think about 3 questions. When did it happen? Where did it happen? And how did you feel? These 3 questions are the heart of any story.
Yes. For example, if I answer last weekend, when, at the supermarket, where, I felt embarrassed, how. That already gives me the seed of a story.
That's right. Then you add small actions and descriptions and your story grows naturally.
Now let's expand more so our listeners can keep practicing with us. Wow, what a wonderful session we had today. We explored how even the simplest moments in our lives can become beautiful stories when told in English. From little daily events to more emotional memories, storytelling helps us connect, learn, and grow. I hope our listeners feel inspired to practice and start telling their own stories.
Absolutely, Anna. Sometimes people think storytelling is only for writers, teachers, or public speakers. But actually, storytelling is for everyone. When you share your day, talk about your family, or explain something funny that happened, you are already telling a story. The key is to make it simple, clear, and full of feeling.
That's so true, Tommy. And remember, for our A1, A2 level learners, don't worry about grammar mistakes too much. Just try to use simple sentences and keep practicing. The more you practice, the better your English will become. Storytelling is like exercise for your language skills.
Yes, and we also practiced with dialogues today, which showed how 2 people can build a story together. That's another good way to learn, by listening, responding, and continuing the conversation.
Before we finish, here's a little challenge for our listeners. Tonight, think of one short memory from your day. Maybe what you ate, who you met, or something surprising you saw. Then, try to tell it in English. It doesn't have to be long, even 3 or 4 sentences are enough.
Great idea, Anna. And if you want, you can share your story with a friend, a teacher, or even record yourself and listen back. Every story you tell makes your English stronger.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss other videos. Thank you all for joining us today at Simple English Space. We can't wait to share more lessons with you next time.
Until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep telling your stories. Goodbye, everyone.